All right. What's up? It is 1:34 p.m. ICT here out of Chiang Mai in Thailand. And it's about 26 minutes before London and open. If we go over what I said last night, we were looking for, was looking for a potential short. There was been no entry that I saw. We did kind of see, as I kind of expected, a rejection from this 4-hour order block imbalance here. Actually, I'll leave that really. This supply level here, we didn't see kind of a reaction, as you can see here. But we really pretty much just, I actually drew this out. I can't remember if I did that on recording, but I drew out this like area of liquidity on probably like a 2 minute, it was a 2 minute or so. Figuring it, we might come take that. And we did, and we pretty much bounced the view app, and then that could have actually been an all right long, potentially. Maybe not. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have taken it anyways, to be quite honest. And I wasn't talking about longs at that point. The only longs I was talking about was before we made this bullish 4-hour price action. Right? Because like, as I was saying, we kind of had this 4-hour downtrend here. And it broke. We had a change of character here, broke structured bullish to the other 4-hour. So let's just delete all that stuff and start a move. So when we got, I'm sorry if my island a little messed up. I am still recovering from a cold here, but also I'm on my walking treadmill, trying to be healthy and all. So I'm hoping it's not too loud and too present. Anyways, as I was saying yesterday, our 4-hour protected low is here. So theoretically, we could come all the way back down to here, not take this low, and still maintain a bullish 4-hour stance, right? We can come all the way back down, and then we can take off, right? So a lot of people might think, even if we get to 100K almost, that things are looking kind of bearish, but in reality, it's still maintaining a 4-hour bullish structure. In fact, even if we took that low with an S&P, obviously, right? And we could, that just produces a target high, meaning that once we close, we flip market structure bullishly. We have a target high up here because of the S&P. So that means that we do have, a pretty large range here. Let's say from here to here. So that's kind of our current range. I love ranges. I'm always going to be talking about ranges. In fact, we're in one right now, I saw earlier. Trading setups today. Man, I mean, I wasn't really expecting this much of a pump last night, honestly. I really wasn't. And we don't have big crazy news events today, but we do on Wednesday. We got CPI at 7:30 p.m. ICT, which is an hour and a half before New York open. Thursday PPI Friday, we got consumer sentiment at 9 p.m. Is it 9 p.m? Or no, it's at 10 p.m. Let me double check that. Let me check that really quickly here. Here we go. 9 p.m. Oh, that's actually only a half hour. I think yesterday says an hour and a half after. And then only a half hour after New York open. So that'll be interesting things to watch. But for now, nothing crazy for today. Although I do believe that the rest is still allergic in China and stuff, so that could infect things. But other than that, let's get into it. So as I said, still have this. Well, we have this range here. It doesn't. Did we take this high out? Hold on here. Did we take that higher? Hard to see. It didn't even take that high. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. Gotcha. Let's do this properly. Alright. Cool. Alright. So, I don't like the looks of that. That's horrible. Let's just do a normal line. Less thickness. And, there you go. Okay, that was a little bit better. All right. So, take a look at our session really quick. I forgot to do this yesterday. Well, I guess it didn't really matter, but I was there for the first session, which was 8 anyways. What? Want to see more sessions? Well, I guess I'm a little too scooped out here. Um, okay, here we go. So Asia, it's fantastic. Usual job of just dumping within our range here. As I said, we got a 5-minute range. Yeah, let's say a 5-minute range. We have not. We haven't really come back to equilibrium yet. Keep retesting VWAP, it looks like. If we break this here above VWAP, and we come back in for mitigation, it could be good for a long, potentially. So let's say that mitigation is there, something, and we could take that up to maybe extreme or something, or maybe that. Maybe range high. That's a potential opportunity. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set an alert there, see what happens when we do get there. But to clean break that, but I would definitely be looking for retest for the best RR. And unfortunately, the retest definitely would be below VWAP. So gotta keep that in mind. Okay. So initially we established this as probably like a 1 minute, 2 minute range here. We broke down out of it into this range with kind of a breakdown. Yeah, nothing great. We haven't really confirmed this as a range yet because we haven't come back up to the equilibrium. So in my mind, it's not really an established range, but it could be tradable, especially if there's some particular POIs down here that I see. But so above us, we do have some liquidity most likely. During this break, people could have shorted and stops up here. We can go check that out in a second. In fact, we can even see what's going on down here. It's not super wicky, so no crazy, just weak lows right now. And okay, I want to see something. Let's move up to a 1 hour. I just want to see if there's anything above this potential liquidity level. You're not really seeing much. Still not seeing much. Bring her down to the 15-minute. A minute. Not much of anything other than this little guy here for our supply. Let's try 5 minutes. I won't go any more below that. Where's that? Draw it in. You know, they're not quite angry, but I just want to see where this. Okay. Yeah, so it does look like initially, the first time we came out here, we looked into this OBI and supply. Here is the signal point. The signal point based OBIM. So if we clear that, actually, if we can drag this across to, we got 2 supply blocks that I would say are obviously still significant. We reacted off of it once, and then it looks like maybe I've here at least a second time. So I'll draw those out. That's pretty much all we're looking for right now for supply blocks. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough. And we did touch it, right? Yes, we did. Okay. And over here we did. Yeah. I got some inducement going on. We didn't purge the the last high there. All right. So we got those for potential resistance levels. Oh, are we bumping right now? What's going on? Still haven't taken you off or that high yet. All right. So London is kind of, I wouldn't say it's pumping. We got 16 minutes until the official open. The official open is not that crazy. It's not that significant anyways. All right, now let's look for the band below us, I guess. Not much of anything. You can roll a 5 minute. I guess you could say this area is a demand area. You can go way back to when we broke out of the range and called the range we were in. Let's get out of here. The range that we were in broke out of this entire could be a range initiated amount of, but that's not really doing it to us. And we didn't come back for it. But it's kind of far too irrelevant right now. Unless we get some good fundamental news to bump us, be a potential good zone to go on. Maybe, we'll say it's a huge one to take in, so huge zone. So obviously 106.52, and wouldn't really want to see us come that far down before we take off again, especially during London. All right, so I think that's, in terms of demand and supply blocks, that's probably all I give a shit about right now. Stress now a little bit more lower. All right. So other than that, let's check out our volume here. Okay. Yeah, over in. Let's check out PDP. Perspective is set the daily. It is okay. We do have a naked daily POC here. Well, not. Okay, this is developing. 107.8. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let's really quick. We're at we're at our fid. Actually, let's go for our last to where we are right now. Last significant low. I think on 45 level matched up with our here's negative daily point control. Yeah, so this area, this whole area is pretty interesting to me. We have, there's a man level. We have our 50% mitigation area, and we got our Q's. Previous day naked daily point control. I'm gonna go ahead and just pretty much add this whole area as a POI. Just saying that we need to watch whatever happens here. Anything else? Well, our developing POC is right about where we are right now. Is that true? Yes. Value lows down there. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So it is a very clean 5-minute market structure here. What does it look like at 10? Also really clean. Yeah, I mean, a breakup here could be good. It could be good. I'm gonna go check out the footprint charts real quick here and see what this is all looking like. I am using Vivid because there's no nice see footprint charts. No, where I'm not using the desktop. I prefer the browser actually. You know, I do have it installed. All right, and here doesn't matter. The last low that we came to, I guess. What did I just do? All right, there we go. Okay. All right. Give me a sec over there. Okay, what do we have? Our volume right now, not super insane, but certainly better than Asia's volume. Okay, what do we got here? We have really trap shorts. Well, yeah, nothing significant, I would say. Oop, wait a second. Negative delta 19 million. Negative 8. Gotta account for the closed long positions. Ooh. Okay, this is more so longs closing. Okay. Well, we do have some shorts trapped underwater, but I wouldn't say it's that significant. I would not say it is. Okay. See. Well, I go back up to. Let's see what happened that week. What happened there? Or what happened in there? Oh, but I did come back. There. Just part of the longs are sort of being closed out. Boom. Well, overhead. Damn. All right. Fair enough. All right, now let's look at that last 5 minute five that we are coming up to. There's the longs, everything up here. Too hot the width, but nothing crazy. And loud, actually not really. There's just mostly shorts closing. So yeah, nothing of significance yet that I would say in terms of the footprint charts right now. We'll come back to that if we need to. So even though we haven't confirmed this in the next, like, as an actual range yet, if we do get a break of 5 minute structure, I'll probably look at like 1 minute, even 30 seconds, potentially, or like an inch. So what I mean by that is that, like, you know, if we break this here, you got the change of character on bullet by it. So, you know, what I would be anticipating is obviously this, saying hopefully getting in somewhere here. But obviously you need to have a downward market structure to be able to get to that point, right? So on, let's say, the 1 minute, turn off the agent sessions right there. It kills them. So to get there, just like probably what we're going to see now, is you get this, let's say, 1 minute random structure. And in this case, yeah, see, but it isn't confirmed yet. But anyways, this is also not what we're looking for, right? We're looking for the break structure first, and then the retest, right? So on the retest, we'd be looking for this kind of fractal structure bringing us down, right? Like operate a structure there, bring us down. So this is a forward grid. And then at one point, say here, we actually break structure bullishly. Perhaps we don't even get to change a character yet. Come for a retest, then get to change a character, right? Something like that. And then hopefully retest. But somewhere within here, you can potentially enter and entertain a long. and at the very least target the last 5 minute higher high. But or at least at that point you can think about with the stock to break even for sure, and try to play up to the typically top of the range or the extent of the range, or just watch for flipping market structure and get out of the trade if it happens. So what I mean is, like, let's say we get in here, we cover the low, and we're targeting the high for 1 to 3, and let's say this is how it happens, and we're coming up. So as soon as you see us, let's say, break structure, come for, hold on, this is a bad explain. We'll say it like that, right? So we break the structure, we come back down, and then you can target for the last high. You can always like try to put your stop here. I wouldn't do that. I'd be targeting here. And then as soon as we get here, we just stop to break even, in hopes that we don't come back down. Don't form, when you can form like some kind of new range, but in hopes that it's going to take off, especially if there's some trap traders. The other thing you could do is lean it open a little bit and just wait for that break of structure. So if you see it's coming up, and then this happens, bearish break of structure, we just close your position out, right? That way you're gonna have the loss. That's a potential option there. I see certainly some potential there. I would like to see us come down a little bit lower. Let's go ahead and pull out the good old, what are the boys always using crypto? They use the I mean, I have any indicators here. What's going on? Follow trades. I forget what market side would be. This is the fake free one. I don't know. This seems to be pretty accurate. It's just an oscillator. I wouldn't use it necessarily as something to just get in on, just based off the oscillator alone. It can add to confirmations, add confidence to your trade setup. But that's like all I use it for, if I do use it. Now, in the case of this, 6 minute, it would be nice. It would be nice to see another lower low. So maybe we fake this out. We come back down, almost creating this mini internal 1 or 2 minute range. We produce another low. So you can wick all the way down here. Maybe not. And then we see a new curve. Say like this, printing a green dot here, and then we would have essentially divergence. We'd have a divergence there, as Jason Katster always talks about. The uneven butt cheeks, we would have divergence. So we would have price action would be making lower lows while the oscillator is making higher highs. Classic oscillator based divergence. And then also you'd want to see the money flow curving out. So in red, you don't want to see this expanding and getting bigger. You want to kind of see it starting to curve out, come back up. And that would look really good. We would still be looking for the break of structure. And then also, most likely, unless it's a really shallow break of structure, we'd be looking for the retest as an entry. And within the retest, it could be the entire zone. Now, in this case, that wouldn't be good, but like, let's say we produced one more low here, and then we broke, let's say we came up, we broke bullishly, really shallowly, is that even a word? You could consider market entering here, let's say, on this break, but you still at least have to wait for the 5-minute candle, I would say to close as a non-SFP of the high. And that could be okay instead of trying to get in down here, right? Because overall you need targeting. What am I doing? I'm using the short. Jeez. Sorry about that. So you'd be targeting the high, right? And so if you got in here, it's not like, it's definitely a nicer red to the war, but this is fine too. It's absolutely acceptable. You even do half the position there, half here, but I wouldn't if it's that shallow, right? However, if we come up more like this, right, and we break that, and we get our, like, let's say our change of character, that would be the new depth and high, right? Then I would obviously not be looking for entry here, horrible risk reward ratio. So then I'd have to 100%. I'd have to look at the retest, and you could say like anywhere within this area. We broke. We had a bullish break structure. It could be demand, but still, we're not looking so hot. Not looking so hot for me. Not at all. So I'd be looking for something more refined, and maybe it's an order block of some sort or whatever it may be, so that I can get a little bit nicer of an entry. Something like that would be fantastic, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking for in terms of the long, even though we haven't established this as a range yet. So it is a little bit less probability, and I really want to point that out. That's why I'm busting out this indicator right now. I don't usually use it. I don't usually care about it, but it is something that I can add a little bit extra confidence to. So I can use the footprint charts, I can use this indicator. I gotta still wait for the break structure. Yeah, we gotta be aware of that VWAP as well. So being aware of VWAP, being aware that we haven't touched the equilibrium again as to introduce this new low here. Yeah, and the other option too is a short. Now the short could be is that we do end up taking out this high here, as well as the high did not take out. Probably have quite a bit of liquidity up here on this soon. And if that doesn't work, you could potentially entertain the short from here. Again, these are scalp shorts, going to be really quick positions. Well, not insane. I'm not like a 5-second, 30-second trader. But you know, these are areas you could short from, but do be very much aware that we are in some pretty bullish trends here. I mean, obviously, look at the daily, look at the weekly, and look at the 4-hour. You know, you can say we're in this range for sure. So, yeah, I would be more interested in entertaining a long scalp long. And it'd be really nice to catch something here. You know, maybe you hate this and it doesn't work out. I expect another sweep below anyways. So we might come up to like the range extreme here. So let's say range sense. Maybe we take profits here. We just close the position here, I should say. And maybe we don't entertain a short, or maybe we do because it adds, there's something that adds more profits. We get a nice clean break of structure. And then from there, we come down, we sweep the low here, but then hopefully it has some kind of order flow objective, right? And we bounce off of this demand level or this equilibrium of the last 4-hour leg, something of that sort. Somewhere within this POI, we react off of it, giving us a little more confidence, and then a bullish break of structure, change of character. You know, maybe we are using this indicator, maybe we see trap traders. All of those things combined, obviously, and that's why I love ranges. That's why I love ranges. But again, it's not a confirmed range in my opinion. So that's pretty much all I'm really looking for right now with Bitcoin. Really quickly though, I will check out, see what the alts are doing. They got Ethereum. Sorry, I read this wrong. It's not doing that much. Nothing's really doing anything significant. Popcat pretty much looks like Bitcoin right now, just making slightly bigger moves. Yeah, nothing looking that great. I don't really care about most of this. Fartcoin doing its own thing. Fartcoin doing its own thing. As bullish as ever. Don't really care about it. Don't really care about it. And then you should just like almost all of these meanwhile retests you could have almost gotten in too long for the past few days and people with their confirmations with tunnel, right? Interesting. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. This sweet looking like pretty much the same thing as Bitcoin right now. Not doing its own thing, so yeah, the only thing I'm really interested in is Bitcoin right now. The only thing I care about, I don't care about the coins. Yeah, close this out. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm looking for right now. Things may change. There might be a nice short set. If there is, I'll probably make a video about it. I'm hoping we do get some nice long today. It would be great to be able to, let's say we take this, we close it, we sweep, we take another, I'd have to say that another sweep would only be a model 2, like a reaccumulation model in a sense. So we could always get a model 1 as well. So we could have like 2 more sweeps of the lows in order to do that. But I would still play a model 2. Same kind of play, target into high. And take profits up here, and then perhaps it's 75-80% profits, and then perhaps we can ride the all-time high if that does happen. And if not, of course, you take profits up here, you decide to stop the break even if you want. And so if we do get closed out, bam, we didn't lose anything, selling profits all again, and then you can look for that model 1 potentially for a new entry. Or with this POI, let's say. Maybe target extreme or more realistic risk reward. And then, or you don't have to just set your take profit. You can set it here and just do watch and they set alerts. And see if we get anything curving out of the top there, any bear break the structure, you go on 1 there, something like that. So that maybe you're just like, all right, they close the whole position, or maybe you close again on partial, and you target that new all-time high. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to also end up forming another big range, or a bigger range. I think I didn't talk about this lastly. We could just get near a smaller range that we can break down more, create more of a bigger range until tomorrow's CPI event. That could certainly be a thing too. But there are potential plays and scalps to be had in the meantime. And the only one that I'm really looking at is really sweet. I want to see another. Let's do these lows. It would have been nice to see kind of an SFP of this high, trapping some longs, coming down, and then coming back up. Maybe that's going to be what happens next. So I can't say that when we break here and we get bullish break of structure that I would get in weight. There would have to be, again, multiple things because, again, we didn't come up to the equilibrium. So I've been looking for the change of character, potentially, where we break above this, which at that point, we should also be slightly breaking above the VWAP, coming back in for maybe a shallow retest of the range initiators into I zone that is then formed, and then potentially get in on that retest. Probably still look at the market cycle B in terms of the momentum waves and money flow, but and certainly be looking at active charts for any potential trap traders. If we see like 40-50 million negative delta on Bybit, and we're moving away from them and we get a bullish break structure, yeah, it's a pretty significant play, especially we have a range. But again, can't emphasize this enough. This, in my opinion, is not a confirmed range, so there's a little bit less probable. It's not really high probability. It's not super high probability, but there are enough corporations and confluences that you can potentially take a trade here. Again, not financial advice. That's kind of what I might be doing. So yeah, I think I've talked about this setup for for long enough now. So again, this might not be the area. The better area is still below this. So as I'm saying, this might just be a quick scalp. It might not even work out at all. But we also need the confirmations. We need some kind of confirmation. We need a valid bullish breath structure or change of character, hopefully both. Maybe some trap traders, but I think the better option is here. And again, I wouldn't set limit orders within this range. Like, I mean, what are you going to do, right? And you go like this, and I mean, you could try it, but I really wouldn't. Also, man, I haven't even really looked at additional liquidity levels. There's not really much significance here, but you know, there could be liquidity under these levels. Again, I don't want to come this low. We can purge 107.7, absolutely. You could be some entries here. Purge these really shallow at 107.5. So even POI could be extended. POI could be extended. Let's say it's there. Potentially here. You know what? I'll extend it to here. Again, this isn't, you're not covering a full stock here. You're just looking for reactions here, and you're looking for a reason to get into the long, or a reason not to get into the long as well, right? So that's all I see right now. I don't see much else that I would like to take. And so, yeah, I guess setting the alerts, we'll be looking for the bearish break structure. I'll set alerts here, assuming that, you know, if we come down first, we break again, and you come back up. If something happens and I'm not here, and we do get a change of character, at least it'll be alerted. If it triggers right now, that could be also a good thing, because that could be a lowest break of structure, honestly, right? And then, as long as it's on SFP, then we come back for the retest, and there could be a potential entry here, but I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather see us sweep at this low one more time. One more break of structure, right here, and then lowest break of structure, change of character, potential retest, or get into the air and look at like lower time frame structures for entries, something like that. But yeah, that's it for now. That is my London session talk. I'm on TED Talk, 11 minutes into the official open. Yeah, not much else I have to add to that. I will probably make an update tonight for New York. I'll definitely make an update if I enter any trades. But, you know, yesterday I didn't get into any trades, and that's completely fine, especially being because it's a Monday. I have a lot of time to see how Monday goes before I get into the trade. And I don't want to overtrade. In fact, I've kind of built my routine, my trading routine, based off of the other things that I do in life. And I don't want to be just sitting in front of the computer looking for 30 trades a day. You know, you get one or two, you know, high risk to reward trades per week. You increase your total account by, you know, 2%, 2 to 5% per week. You're doing fantastic, right? And if you get a couple of those, you're doing great. And there will be particular weeks where you can do that. And if you're looking for a lot of these range plays like I really like, really, really easy. In fact, you're almost always in a range. Don't care what anyone says. You know, we're got a range here, potentially. Here you have this range is like a macro swing range. You could call this whole thing a range. You could call this a range. Yeah, then there's always ranges. 10 minutes, you know, the range that we're talking about, the 5 minutes here. There's been ranges. 1 minute. Well, there's always a range to play. Obviously, the higher the time frame, the higher the probability. But always look for your confirmations. And what I'm trying to say is you don't need to make 10, you don't need to make 2, 3, 5, 10 trades a day. You make 1 to 3 good trades a week. And you do great. Even if you lose 1 or 2 of those trades and you make 1 really good trade, you're in profits, right? So just chill, enjoy it. Don't stress yourself out. And that's kind of my general idea. That's how I built my routine. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I guess if I do make an update for New York, if I do enter some kind of trade, but yeah, see you guys.